Okay, now we're going to go over the external and middle portions of the ear. So to start, we have the auricle, also known as the pinna. It is a large external part of the ear that captures and channels sound waves into the ear canal. The inferior portion of the auricle is the lobule, shown here, often referred to as the earlobe. Another part of the auricle that you need to know is the tragus. This is the small triangular cartilage that partially covers the ear canal. Now, on a model, we can see the ear canal. That is this canal here. It is this tube-like structure that conducts sound waves to the eardrum. It has two different names. I typically refer to it as the external auditory meatus, but it can also be called the external acoustic canal. At the end of the canal, we will encounter the last external structure, which is the tympanic membrane. It is typically shown here. So we will now look at a picture to see that. The tympanic membrane is also called the eardrum, but for your test, you will need to make sure to write tympanic membrane. This tympanic membrane vibrates in response to sound waves that enter our ear. Okay, once we have passed the tympanic membrane, we have now arrived in the middle ear. That is this portion. On this model, we can see this canal here called the Eustachian tube. It can also be called the auditory tube, and this connects the middle ear to the back of our throat. This helps regulate air pressure and drainage. We are now going to cover the auditory ossicles, or the ear bones. These will be shown on a picture as they are quite small. These are the smallest bones in our body, and they transmit vibrations from the tympanic membrane to the inner ear. The first of the three ear bones is the malleus, which is directly connected to the eardrum. Next in line, we have the incus, which receives vibrations from the malleus and then passes them to the stapes. As the smallest bone in the human body, the stapes transmits vibrations to the inner ear through the oval window. The stapes, shown here, is connected to the inner ear via the oval window. We cannot directly see the oval window on this model, but we can infer that it is there as the stapes is connected to the inner ear. The oval window is one of two openings of the inner ear. The second opening is the round window, which helps relieve the pressure that is caused in the cochlea by the oval window. We can see the round window here. So here we have the round window, and then we'd have the oval window here, again connected to the stapes. Along with tiny bones, the ear also has tiny muscles. Here we can see the tensor tympani on this model. This tensor tympani sits superior to the Eustachian tube. The tensor tympani and the Stapedius play an important role in dampening loud sounds to protect the inner ear. The Stapedius muscle is the smallest skeletal muscle in the body, but can be seen on a picture here. So those are our structures of our external and middle ear.